If you think about it, your life is a lot like a video game. You could say it's like a role-playing game most of all. All you need to do is add the right icons to your screen, like your health and energy bars. There's your inventory as well, with your phone, wallet, and keys in it. And of course, everyone's got a skill bar. But let's start from the very beginning. Even when you're a baby, the game difficulty is already set to hard. All your skills are at level 0, and your health bar is tiny, which is why you only sleep or eat most of the time to make sure it grows. When you reach level 1, you unlock the ability to walk. But the world map is still closed to you because there are lots of dangers you're just not ready for yet. It turns out, this game has a really long demo mode called Childhood. Most game features are locked for now. Nearly all of your actions are set for you by your parents. They're like quest givers who help you gain the experience you need to make progress. Ignoring their instructions can make leveling up real tough. But if you're polite enough, they'll give you your first gold coins. As long as you're a child, you'll constantly be leveling up, but of course it takes a really long time. Your health and skill bars get bigger as you go to school. It's not the most exciting magic academy, but the students there still carry out quests and learn new abilities. Congratulations, you've reached level 18. Now we're really getting into this role-playing game. You're facing a classic video game choice. You have to select your character class and the skill path you like the most to help you conquer the world. While lots of games have different character classes, most of us end up being the same one in real life. The adventurer who travels the world doing different tasks to earn gold and experience. And you still have tons of quests to do. That's right, it's also time to leave behind the safe part of the map where you grew up. This unfamiliar world is a little like a dark forest full of enemies. The trouble is, the bad guys out there are sometimes hard to overcome. These monsters have names like responsibility, work, and money. They keep coming back even when you thought you'd finally learned how to deal with them. But if you didn't slack off at school, one day you'll overcome them all. Imagine you're in a restaurant and your date asks you if you like animals. You confidently reply, "I love cats." Your date sighs and says, "I'm more of a dog person." Quick, go to the menu, reload the checkpoint, and change your answer. Sorry, but you can't do that. Remember that this is one tough video game, and you're still playing on hard mode. This means that you only have one life. You can't just save and then go back if something goes wrong. Every decision and every action has consequences for you and the other players around you. But that just makes it more interesting. Interaction with other players is one of the most important parts of the game. But remember, you need to be a little careful here. The admins are a lot stricter than for other games. Breaking the rules and upsetting people could lead to a completely different game mode. And there isn't much to do in this version, except look at 4 walls and a grating on the window. On the plus side, the character customization in this game is fantastic. You can change your hairstyle and hair color, get tattoos and piercings, really anything you want. Oh, and the clothes? There's just no limit to the designer's imagination. With each new level you reach, you open up new abilities and new quests. You encounter tougher challenges, but get better rewards, like more gold or a bigger house. But there's one quest line that's really unique in this game. When you feel experienced enough, you can start a family and even create a new character. You'll transfer some of your skills to them and be their companion in the game until they're ready to go into the dark forest to fight the monsters on their own. You'll never get to control this character though. In this game, the plot isn't always about you. The AI does what it wants. There's a bunch of other stuff about this game that's really unusual as well. Let's take the graphics. They're just incredible, like Ultra HD. And the resolution is absolutely stunning. But the gameplay is pretty complicated compared to other games. You need to check your health bar all the time, build relationships with other characters, earn gold, and make sure you rest on time. But the story is the most interesting part. It's totally up to you what happens. Sure, it can be boring if you just lie on the couch and watch other people play, but try hard enough and your character could become really important. So you need to put the work in if you want it to be an interesting experience. But there are lots of cool things in other adventure games that are missing from this one. For example, fast travel. Imagine what it would be like if we had this option. You wake up tired, but you have to go to work. Just go over to the portal and select the right location. Boom! You're already there! I think it's definitely time someone invented this. And we could sure use some cheat codes as well. Of course, no one likes a cheater on the server, but imagine how cool it would be. Don't have enough money? Just type in the cheat and watch the numbers in your bank account double. Feeling sick? Don't waste your health potion, just use the cheat and your health bar is full again. But I've got to admit, playing it life like this would become boring. Imagining life as a video game helps us understand it a lot. A lot of what we do is about setting small tasks and looking for ways to accomplish them. With rewards and experience, you move on to more challenging quests. Your skills, gold, and health bars aren't infinite though, and you need to manage your resources carefully to reach the next level. Some people think that computer games can be really harmful. They say that gamers spend too much time in their virtual worlds and forget about reality. But there are actually a lot of benefits from playing games from time to time. Many of them are designed in the same way as our real lives, and they have plenty of features that teach us useful things. Games always reward us for our hard work. Playing a game from start to finish and making all that progress along the way can help you understand that it takes time and energy to get what you want. Hard work always pays off. Another useful thing that games provide is communication. Hundreds of millions of people play online games that bring them together in groups and teams. They have to achieve cohesion and use good teamwork to pass through a dungeon or win a match. Competitive games can help people learn to communicate and make compromises. And although it's all just for fun, this is exactly what we have to learn to do in real life as well. Only instead of a dungeon with a scary monster, we have to survive a day at the office with an angry boss. And one more thing. It's been proven that a person's strategic thinking and decision-making can improve when they play video games. In one experiment, a group of 50 young adults who had never played games before were asked to play an action game for 50 hours. Another group played a slow strategy game. The results showed that the action game helped to improve the young people's perception of visual information. Their decision-making skills also improved. This was thanks to the fast pace of the action game. In these kind of games, a large number of events happen one after another, forcing the player to act and make decisions. This can have an effect on people's real lives.
Starting with Van, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Thanks to special PIM particles technology, the heroes of the movie were able to shrink the real van to the size of a Hot Wheels toy. Hoverboard, Back to the Future. In 1989, the film's creators envisioned this type of transport being commonplace in 2015. Reality doesn't quite resemble the movie, but we do have a world record for a flight on a hoverboard. Jetpack, GTA San Andreas. Character dialogue in the game tells us the cost to develop the jetpack, dubbed the Black Project, was $60 million. The main character must take it from a heavily guarded base. Firebolt Broomstick, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The fastest broomstick in this magical world could accelerate to 150 miles per hour in just 10 seconds, almost like a Bugatti. Magic Carpet, 1001 Nights. Its maximum speed is unknown, but we know that it loses its magic abilities if damaged. Standard Cart, Mario Kart. The Super Mario Kart handbook encourages cheating to win the game with the words, "Always keep an eye on your opponent's screen." Light Cycle, Tron Legacy. This bike actually exists, and it's street legal. You can get yourself one for $55,000. Speeder Bike, Star Wars. This thing can accelerate to 310 miles per hour, faster than a flying arrow. Though, in the real world during film shooting, it was only going 5 miles per hour. Ah, the magic of editing. Lightning McQueen, Cars. He's something between a Ford GT and a Corvette. His number 95 is an Easter egg. Pixar's first movie, Toy Story, came out in 1995. The Giga Horse, Mad Max Fury Road. An impractical gas guzzler from the Mad Max universe has 1,200 horsepower. That's like 2 Lamborghini Hurricanes. The DeLorean, Back to the Future. The famous trilogy about time travel made this car so popular, the manufacturer decided to restore its production after 30 years. The Mystery Machine. Scooby-Doo would definitely be scared if he knew that such vans sell for almost $60,000 these days. Zoinks! The Pink Sedan, The Simpsons. For 28 years, the creators of the animated series kept the intrigue alive about what kind of car the family had. But in one of the episodes, we finally found out that it's a 1986 Plymouth Junkerola. The Tumbler, The Dark Knight. Despite its bulky appearance, it's still a high-speed car. It can go from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. There's a version of this Batmobile that's street legal. You can get one for $1 million. The Pursuit Special, Mad Max Fury Road. The last of the V8 Interceptors had a gas-guzzling V8 engine, a real luxury in this fictional dystopian world. Chevrolet Camaro, Transformers. When it transforms into Bumblebee, this Chevy gets 17 feet tall. Bumblebee's character traits were based on Marty McFly from Back to the Future. KITT, Knight Rider. This car is a heavily modified Pontiac Firebird. KITT's main feature was artificial intelligence, and the name is an acronym for Knight Industries 2000. The Black Beauty, Green Hornet. The highly modified 1965 Imperial Chrysler Crown was gorgeous and dangerous. It was full of all the gadgets a superhero and his sidekick could need to fight crime. It was driven by none other than Bruce Lee as Kato. The Ectomobile, Ghostbusters. This was an old 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor ambulance. Any scenes showing the car backfiring were real. The thing actually broke down on the Brooklyn Bridge during filming. The Night Bus, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. A bus as tall as a giraffe, its height caused a lot of inconvenience during filming. The 3-story bus couldn't pass under bridges, so they made the third deck removable. The Cat Bus, My Neighbor Totoro. This unusual living bus moves on 12 legs. Its interior is soft and covered with fur, and the cat's eyes are the headlights. The Terror, Master of the World by Jules Verne. This amphibious machine could move on land, in the air, on and underwater. On land, it could reach speeds of 150 miles per hour. In the air, 200. Not bad for a story written in 1904. T-70 X-Wing Starfighter, Star Wars. It can accelerate to 650 miles per hour and travel at 100 megalights per hour. Its design isn't very efficient though. It probably wouldn't be able to fly in real life. Rex, Metal Gear Solid. The name Rex was given to it because of its similar appearance to the T-Rex. The cockpit is in the metallic dinosaur's jaws. Mumakil, or Elephant as they call him in Westron. This giant elephant-like creature is like a natural tank thanks to its thick skin. Arrows and spears can't get through it. Appa, Avatar, The Last Airbender. This is a flying bison-like creature that accompanies Aang in his adventures. Appa may look cute and cuddly, but he's as big as a school bus. AT-AT Walker, the most recognizable walking machine from the Star Wars universe. The inspiration for its design was the Paraceratherium. Say it with me now. Paraceratherium, a prehistoric hornless rhino that lived 30 million years ago. The Dreadnought. This is a giant tanker that would nearly take up the length of a tennis court. It's the most powerful car in the Death Race universe. The Blackbird, X-Men. The team of superhero mutants gets around in a jet highly inspired by a Lockheed SR-71. Only theirs can take off and land vertically. It can accelerate up to 2,175 miles per hour. Millennium Falcon, Star Wars. The fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy also exists in real life. An exact replica was built to shoot one of the films. Sandcrawler, Star Wars. The Jawa's giant moving shelter is equipped with a magnetic field that lets the machine swallow up metal and droids like a vacuum cleaner. Tripod, The War of the Worlds. This terrifying machine had a heat ray and tubes that emit a cloud of toxic black smoke. These aliens would have easily taken over our planet, save for bacteria they weren't immune to, but humanity was. Oops, spoiler. The Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the fastest vessel in the pirate universe. The ship used for filming is actually called the Sunset. The Flying Dutchman, Pirates of the Caribbean. According to legend, the captain of the ship brought a curse on the entire crew, and they couldn't go ashore. The curse has not been lifted, so perhaps this ship is still drifting on the oceans. The Endurance, Interstellar. The movie was incredibly precise in its details. This ring-shaped station, almost as wide as a Boeing 747 wingspan, could work in real life. Howl's Moving Castle. It's gigantic and intimidating, but the massive cannon on its front doesn't work. The 20-story high castle moves almost completely silently. Nautilus, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This fictional submarine was as long as 3 blue whales and reached highway speeds. The most isolated place on Earth, Point Nemo in the South Pacific, was named after the ship's captain. Wait, it wasn't named for the little clownfish in the Disney movie? Gypsy Danger, Pacific Rim. This giant robot was created to fight Godzilla-type monsters. It's 10 times heavier than an Airbus A330. Megazord, Power Rangers. Each of the mighty morphing Power Rangers could summon their own Zord robot. But when enemies got too big, the team assembled into one Megazord that's taller than the Statue of Liberty. Normandy, Mass Effect. This is the frigate that Commander Shepard used to save the galaxy 3 times. It had an excellent stealth system that made it invisible to other ships. SHIELD Helicarrier, Marvel Universe. This massive aircraft simply couldn't exist in real life. But there's much more advanced technology in this fictional world, so they managed to supply energy to a machine this size. USS Enterprise, Star Trek. There were 9 Enterprise starships in total. This one was equipped with a warp drive, which allowed it to travel much faster than the speed of light. Snowpiercer. It's a giant among trains. When the world was frozen in a new ice age, this train traveled non-stop on a ring around the Earth. Imperial Star Destroyer, Star Wars. We've officially entered Mile territory. The cost of this colossal ship was almost 4 billion Imperial credits. For comparison, in the Star Wars universe, you can buy a small spaceship for just 10,000 credits. London, Mortal Engines. Yes, it's a moving city. The mega metropolis 3 times the height of the Burj Khalifa got around with the help of 7 giant wheels. It absorbed other small cities along the way. Standard Island, Propeller Island. This oval-shaped floating island is 4 miles long and 3 miles wide. It was made to travel the waters of the Pacific Ocean. Oh, and only millionaires live on it. V'ger, Star Trek. This is a creature that looks like a spaceship. In the Star Trek universe, USS Enterprise could fly freely inside this monster. The Death Star, Star Wars. The massive spherical space station has 560 decks and holds 2.4 million passengers and crew. Uh-oh, kaboom. Oops, spoiler. TARDIS, Doctor Who. From the outside, it looks like a standard UK police box. But if we talk about the inside of the Doctor's time machine, well, its size is infinite.
It all started a year ago, when I got a new job. I have to admit I'm quite a gamer, so when I saw the ad in the paper, I called them immediately. Wanted, video game player. It turned out the offer wasn't that simple. Yes, my job was to play video games, but all day long, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in total. I'd have 8 hours to sleep and a half hour in the morning and in the evening to eat and shower. No days off, no vacation. Take it or leave it. It scared me, and I was reluctant to agree. But then the employer told me my yearly salary, and I was in. If I did it for a year, I'd never have to work again. So I decided to give it a try. Day 1. They said I'd work and live in some sort of office, and I'd have everything I need. At 8 a.m., I arrived at the address. The place was huge and beautiful. A woman met me and took me to my room, a dark room in the back of the house. It had a huge TV with a game station, speakers, and controllers. There was a comfortable couch, a table, and a bathroom. It looked like a gamer's paradise. I was going to stay there for a whole year, probably never even leave the room. According to the schedule, my day had to start at 8 a.m. I had half an hour to take a shower and eat the breakfast delivered to my room. At 8:30, I had to start playing. Well, working. Every day, the system would generate a gaming selection according to my employer's requirements and make me follow them. There were some snacks on the side table to eat if I got hungry, without interrupting my game. I also got a 10-minute break every 5 hours to go to the bathroom and exercise. At 11:30 p.m., the system shut down, and I got my dinner and shower time. Midnight till 8 a.m., sleep. Well, it seemed pretty easy and straightforward, and I was crazy excited. Exactly at 8:30, my first game started. The first 8 hours flew by in the blink of an eye. I wanted to exercise a little, but I had to wait another 2 hours before my 10-minute break. By the end of the day, my neck started to hurt a little, but it didn't matter. After getting some snacks, I kept playing for another 2 hours before I got my well-deserved break. 10 minutes was actually enough to fully recover and get back to my game for the remaining 5 hours. To be honest, it was one of the best days of my life. My dream had come true. I could play all day long, make a lot of money, and no one would bug me. Day 2. A piercing siren woke me up. I had to clasp my hands over my ears while I looked for some kind of off switch. The noise was unbearable. Finally, I figured out that I had to get up, walk to the TV, and press a button on it. To my relief, it worked. Okay, figured that one out. I went to take a shower, and when I was done, breakfast was served. By 8:30, I was ready and excited for my second day, and life had another surprise for me. When I saw the schedule for the day, I almost screamed. I was going to be playing a brand new game that hadn't even been released yet. It was just too exciting. I was sure I had the best job on the planet. Day 4. Today was a little bit harder. I got blisters on my fingers, and I had to bandage them. Playing 15 hours straight was a little hard, and I needed an extra break. I tried to cheat and take a short pause after the first 3 hours, but it didn't work. As soon as I hit pause and put the controller down, the system went crazy. It didn't turn off until I picked up the controller and started to play again. Okay, no pauses, got it. Day 15. I had to bandage my hands as well as my fingers. Now I constantly have blurry eyes and can't see straight anymore. And my legs feel like jelly. I keep reminding myself to move around as much as possible, but I'm always way too tired. What if I forget how to walk? Yesterday I fell asleep right after work. I didn't even eat. I just fell asleep. But my sleep hasn't really been that restful recently. In my dreams, I'm always racing, playing soccer, building houses out of cubes, fighting battles, and searching for objects. My job is haunting me, and it feels like I work 24 hours a day, not 15. Morning came. The siren woke me up, but the only thing I wanted to do was sleep. And would I do for a normal dream like a normal person? 350 days to go. Tonight, before bed, I have to come up with a plan, something to make my life as normal as possible. I can't go on like this anymore. Day 32. 1 month down, my first small victory. I'm more organized, and I managed to come up with a nice system that keeps me from going crazy. I try to play standing up as much as possible and move around when I can. I spend all my breaks outside, enjoying the fresh air and doing vision exercises. I still have blurry and itchy eyes, though. And the bad news? Today I realized that I'm seeing things, video game things. They're creeping into my actual life. I was in the shower last night, and I saw a car crash right in front of me. I totally lost it, but it's not real. It's not real. To make things worse, I'm starting to imagine that I'm actually a video game character. Strength, 70. Intelligence, 90. Health, 50. Day 100. Being active was a good idea, but now I think I have serious sleep disorder. I can't sleep well, and I never get enough rest. I feel like I'm turning into, well, I don't even know anymore. I'm getting so tired, I don't even have the energy to exercise. I haven't been doing my workouts for a week now, and whenever I'm on the couch, I can't feel my legs. Well, at least I walk to the bathroom and back 2 times a day, so my legs aren't totally shot. That's something, at least. I don't remember not having all of my body hurt. It hurts all the time, but somehow I got used to it. My wrists, my neck, my back, everything hurts. I constantly have headaches. Health, 30. Day 260. I'm having trouble getting to the bathroom these days. I can barely walk a couple of steps because my legs just don't move. And I feel like I never leave the game. It's my life now. Even if I'm on break, the games are all around me. My real life is just a crazy mix of all the games I've been playing. Today I saw a chest on the table. I'd never seen it before, so I wanted to see what was inside. I was trying to grab it for ages, and I realized it wasn't real. It was just in my head. I think I've doubled in size because now I need double the time on the couch that I used to. Health, 20. Day 366. For the first time, no siren. The woman woke me up at 11 a.m., handed me my paycheck, and said I should go. The number on the paycheck was truly impressive, but I didn't even have enough strength to be happy. I can't believe it's over. I did it. Planes crashed down right in front of me, but I'm so used to it that I don't even pay attention. With my diamond sword in my hand, I waddle to the bathroom, crushing everything in my way because I've gotten way too big for this little room. My pals are on a mission to capture some castle, but that's not my quest anymore. They're not even real, are they? To be honest, I'm not even sure what's real anymore. The woman takes me down the stairs to the front door. When I step outside, my eyes seal shut. Sunlight. So bright I can't see a thing. The woman gives me a pair of sunglasses, and I'm on my way. I see people and other weird creatures running around, cars driving, and cubed sheep grazing past me. It takes all my energy. But I get to a taxi and, finally, head home. So, now I'm rich and super unhealthy. I guess I'll need the rest of my life to recover from this marathon. And I'm never playing video games again.